Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's definitely a privilege for me to come your way with a message on leadership. Leadership is our focus in this presentation. So, a lot has been said about leadership. Many books have been written on leadership. Many conferences have been held on leadership. But at the end of the day, what truly is leadership? Who is a leader? And what does it mean to be a leader? My focus is to provide some foundational principles on the subject of leadership. A leader essentially is anyone who sets out to make a difference, a positive difference in the world through the gifts that God has given him or her, through exemplary living, or through a position. That is what leadership is, and that is who a leader is. Leadership is truly about the potential to trigger a change, a positive change, a behavioral change, a mental or mindset shift in the right direction. And that potential is found and embedded in every one of us. We just have to discover it and develop it and then deploy it. When you focus on the definition that I have provided for leadership, you realize that leadership at the end of the day is not about titles. Leadership at the end of the day is not about positions. It's not about sitting on the high table. It's not about becoming famous, becoming known. It's not about getting recognition or getting attention or building your fan club. If you decide to brighten the corner where you are, to be faithful at your duty post, you are fulfilling the mandate of a leader, and you are a leader. So leadership does not begin with a position. Positions only come as icing on the cake. They come to amplify impact. A position is not the starting point of impact, should not be the starting point of impact. A position should only serve to expand your scope of influence. It should not be the starting point of your journey in impact. You don't also have to wait for a title before you start making a difference. It's a question of whether or not you pass a test of faithfulness at your current level of operation. Some people sit and criticize certain leaders who are in particular positions. And you would ordinarily think that if they were given the opportunity, they would do better. It's not always the case. If you are not passing the test of faithfulness at your current station in life, what makes you think you will do a better job if you were given the opportunity to be, for example, the president of your nation? What makes you think you will do a better job? So it begins with you, and it begins in your domestic space. If you cannot manage yourself as you should, if you cannot discharge your duties with a sense of fidelity and excellence, if you cannot do the right thing even when you have the means to do the wrong thing and get away with it, why do you think that you will do a good job if you are offered a position to lead people? So the first challenge of leadership is how you are able to handle your affairs as an individual. How are you able to handle your affairs as a person? For how long do you sleep? How organized are you? Do you have a schedule when you have, the opportunity of another 24 hours given to you by God? Do you follow a program? Do you set goals? Do you have principles? Are you focused? Are you disciplined? Are you determined? Do you follow through? Are you consistent? Are you committed? Do you start and finish things? Do you fulfill the promises that you make? All right. Do you control your appetite? Are you a victim of addiction? How do you treat people? How do you manage yourself generally? These are questions you have to answer. And sometimes we think that they don't quite matter. We try to look at the other bogus and broader concerns of leadership. But these are the starting blocks. These are the building blocks of leadership. If you don't get it right in the domain of personal leadership, forget about people leadership. There is a greater need for you to conquer yourself than for you to conquer the world. If you cannot conquer yourself, then conquering the world will remain a failed project. And even if you were to conquer the world without conquering yourself, that is a kind of victory that does not profit you anything. Because any kind of victory that will last must begin from home or must be brought home. That's the point. So these are the ideas. Leadership begins with the self and not with people. It begins with the person. It begins with the leader and not with the led. It begins with character development and not with growing your influence or getting more people under your network. It's not people development, first of all. It is personal development. It is character development. It is self-management. It's self-control. How you manage your emotions, your appetites, your time, your finances. These are the dynamics that we think about when we talk leadership. And if you succeed in this area, there are great chances that you will succeed if you are given the opportunity to lead other people. If you fail in this area, whatever you have achieved as success is actually just a ticking time bomb. So think about it. The world has a shortage of good leaders. Good leaders are rare to find but easy to identify. Would you be part of the insignificant mass of good leaders in the world? Yes, you can be a part. I pray that you make up your mind to become a part. Thank you for following this video. I look forward to hearing from you in the comment section. It has been George Charisma. Thank you once more and see you next time.